Hello, everyone, and good morning. It's nice to be here with you again. I hope all of you had a wonderful weekend and were able to get some studying and practice in. I want to thank everyone who attended our Sunday service. It was very well received, and so we had many people both in person and online. It's really wonderful to see the Sangha growing and to be able to practice together with all of you. We will be having, we are scheduling the Sangha to have a retreat in March around Ohigan. So I'm thinking of how to make that within a online retreat as well. It'll be a partial day retreat, so it won't be a whole weekend retreat. In the Eastern time, we're thinking about starting at 8 a.m. Until 2, and that will probably occur on Sunday. So it'll correlate with the Sunday service. So we'll have practice in the morning, have Sunday service, have a short lunch, traditional lunch, and then a shojin ryori over lunch, that is a Buddhist vegetarian lunch, and then till 2 o'clock we'll conclude. So if you can attend in person, if you're interested in that, please send me an email. We'll have a more confirmed date by next Sunday when the Temple Sangha decides. And we would love to have you. So we'll go ahead and figure out how we can do that online both. So again, we'll probably offer that through Patreon. So your support on Patreon, and that is very much appreciated. It helps our efforts and our mission. So with that, today, let us just first begin with some stretching. And we're going to continue after we do our meditation talking about the 5 hindrances that we've been trying to understand in our practice of meditation. Stretch our neck again, not causing whiplash, but allowing the natural movement of the body to move the neck, going at this angle. 2, 3. Other side, right side. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go around left. And the right side. And bring up our shoulders. Tight, relax. One more time. Relax. So let's take a moment to purify ourselves here, and then we'll go ahead and do a mindfulness check-in. Today's weather is mild, but we're supposed to experience and have some winter storm in the next week. It's important, again, to keep ourselves regulated, warm, balanced, so that we don't get ill caused by the imbalances of the elements. So let's just sit for a moment, take a short scan of our mind, breathing, our body, without any judgment, just simply observing. And we're going to do our 3 breathing, pranayama breathing, coming in through our nose, holding, and exhaling. Okay, let's begin. Hold. Exhale. Good. Second round. Hold. Exhale. Last round. Hold. Exhale. Good. Put our hands together, Hokai Join. Can move tuck our chin in, close our teeth, tongue to the roof of the mouth, extending body up, closing eyes just enough to keep the light out. And as we hear the bell, let us extend our body, our mind into breathing, exhaling, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, inhaling, simply observing. Release your attention, your concentration. Take a moment, inventory mindfully without judgment. state of your mind, your breathing, your body. Take a moment and sit in this calmness. It's important to allow the body and mind to come to terms about the benefits of your practice as well. Now start to move your toes, your fingers, your body, rubbing your hands together. Let's breathe in through our nose, hold, exhale. So thank you very much to practice together. As we were talking about the hindrances, the 5 hindrances, that the reason why we learn these hindrances is because we wish to be mindful, aware, so that when things come up in our practice, we can become less flustered, less confused. When we overcome these hindrances, it's important to know that it won't deprive us of our ability to survive or take care of ourselves. Our mind might rationalize that if we remove such things, we will be unable to survive. But in reality, it's the opposite, that we have evolved other abilities that through our practice we are able to see and even cultivate, such as intelligence and cooperation, which will fulfill the same needs, of course, with fewer problems. As you lessen the usefulness or reliance upon the once useful but now outdated programming that you have, you may become more fully awake. That's what this awakened means, being able to better make clear-headed decisions and take the appropriate actions. This is the idea of through compassion and wisdom. You will also come to realize that these hindrances are the basis for the stories and melodramas that our mind are constantly creating, that you can see and observe in our meditation practice. Examples of stories rooted in worldly desires, such as, quote, I need a beautiful house, I want a successful career so I can be happy. Examples of stories rooted in aversion include, I hate rude people, it's not fair, that they always get what they want, I don't want to be sick today, or I can't take this place anymore. Examples of stories of another hindrance of lethargy include, I'm too tired to help you right now, it's too late, or a waste of time to try to finish this project. These are what the hindrances bring about. Examples tied to the hindrance of agitation is, due to worry and remorse, we include what if, all these what ifs that we have. What if I get caught? I'm ashamed of behaving that way, and I'm afraid. There are also self-defeating stories steeped in doubt that we have come up in our minds, such as, I can't meditate. That is something I often hear. I'm too clumsy to play, and I'm not good enough, smart enough, fast enough, and so on and so on. These are stories that largely we define our lives through. But through meditation, we can actually begin to heal them and integrate that into our lives properly through question. We can question and eventually move beyond the narratives that hold us back. Because what a meditation allows us to see is as if narratives are these clouds. These narratives are samskara, these impressions that have been put into our mind, however we perceive them, with all of our doubt, our suffering. We overshadow these experiences and cause them to be negative. So therefore, through meditation, we're able to uh, reinvestigate these samskara, these photos, these, how do you say, pictures of time, and the klesha, which are the hindrances. Instead, we change the poison into medicine by changing the perception. When we familiarize ourselves with these hindrances, and as I was stating, and their antidotes, we can learn to recognize them not only in the meditation practice, but in our daily lives. Because, of course, our meditation practice extends to our daily life. So therefore, we're just taking the time to close everything else down, to simply see what the mind is doing behind the scenes. And what we observe is that the mind is moving, is agitated, is creating and relying upon these false narratives that we have collected over time, but we haven't had the time to stop and investigate, to move beyond. And as Carl Jung spoke of, integrate them into our life. So it's not a matter of removing them, it's a matter of integration. It's a matter of understanding, bringing into a proper perspective. Your efforts will definitely pay off from your practice of meditation. As we become more aware, we are more engaging in our life. Because as you see, with these samskara, these illusions, that is what's directing our life. And we have the capacity within ourselves, that nature, to come to the realization. And I believe that this was the teaching that many great religious teachers have taught and tried to, how do you say, direct people towards. But in many ways, many cultures are not interpreted differently. And sometimes direct themselves externally towards something. But in our practice, as my teacher has always said, always going internally, always looking within. And there we are able to find clarity. And as we state, enlightenment. So thank you very much. I hope all of you have an enlightened day. Again, as you go out through the day, be aware of these samskaras, these, how do you say, images, that as you approach a situation, we're able to see what's going on in the background. And then also knowing that we're not destined to follow the same thing over and over in an insanity type mindset. We can actually make a change by changing it towards a positive view based on the antidotes of these hindrances, of these poisons. Okay? Thank you very much. Namyo Renge Kyo.